Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
Oh my God.
Well, I threw a surprise bukkake party for him this week. Everybody came. You should have seen his face. It's Barney.
Oh, the clean up on aisle 5. And she's fucked more poor people than the Tories. It's Lukey luck. That actually seems quite poor taste out loud saying
As long as I'm fucking more than the Tories, then it's okay.
Yeah, of course. How you doing, Lukes?
Okay. It's not so much nicer to start the pod at the hour of 11 than in the hour of 9.
Yeah, that is true.
So maybe this will be a lot more of a fun podcast for you listeners.
Well, you would think that, but unfortunately, on my way home from One Rebel today, I have turned my ankle. And I'm now basically... I'm an old girl. I've got throbbing ankles. And
brittle bones.
Truly, osteoporosis in my 30s.
Osteoporosis, am I right?
Stop it. What did you get up to at the weekend, Luke? Tell them. Tell the divas, tell the dolls, tell the queens.
Over the weekend, we celebrated our friend Kim's birthday.
Yes, we did.
It was a very lovely lunch. There was a dark cloud over it, which was a lot of controversy over what is a giant cookie.
Yeah, Shoreditch House, we're going to need to go on record by saying it's actually, what's it called when you promise something in business that you don't get?
Advertising standards.
Yeah. It's going against your advertising standards.
The bitch literally looked at us like, wow, you want 3 of these cookies between... She's like, I think 3 between 4 is okay. And we were like, what?
They are giant.
It's like, okay. And then the waiter comes, he's like, cookies? And he's just holding like a side plate. I was like, no, we ordered the giant ones. And he's like, yeah. And literally gives us your most Millie's size cookie.
Now, I know
ever.
by looking at us, you think, sure, tiny, svelte women, sure. They're not going to eat giant cookies, but Shoreditch House, you're going to need to up the cookie game.
At least it was only £1, but
Yeah,
still. What else were we doing? We finishing off some lovely VIP wiglets for some holidays coming up soon.
I spent Sunday in Epping Forest on mushrooms, gliding around like a woodland fairy.
Gliding in the rain.
It didn't rain the whole time in Epping Forest until we left, and then it started pouring
that's
rain.
good.
Fantastic, yeah.
You still owe me money for that, by the way.
Cool.
Yeah. We have another trans doll in the fold.
Oh, give it up. It is like a contact high now, isn't it? It's like they're just so close to Kerry Colby, so close to the magic.
Well, did you watch Untucked?
I haven't actually seen it
Well,
yet,
I
but
can
I've
tell
seen
you
clips
a
of
bit
it.
about it.
Yeah, okay. Come on.
I'll wait till we're at the end of the
Deep
show.
in the fold. Okay. Sure.
And that is about it, really, for the week.
Let's head into the drags then.
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race.
The Honey Bunnies created unforgettable looks using only material found from Michelle Visage's drug-fueled shopping sprees. Georges was the winner to Diabetes dismay. After a heated Untucked Smack Talk showdown, Maddie and Jasmine went head-to-head in a Beyonce lip sync, and we had another...
K.O.
Maddie morphosized herself into a little butterfly and just flew out the window of the competition.
Let's hope she don't get stuck in an insect trap.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
What about Jasmine? When the first thing that she did when she walked in? Well, that was easy.
I was very happy with this. She got to say her piece in Untucked. Like,
That's
she
stone
was
cold
right.
bitter, though.
And I don't think it was bitter. It was like, I told you. Like, I told you I was going to do it. That's why I wasn't worried.
True.
I liked it. And I feel like it's given her a good fire under her
Maddie's
knickers.
corpse is barely cold in the ground and you're already dancing on her grave.
Nasty.
You know? Yeah. But... Oh, excuse me. Is that specially brought in for this week?
Sorry?
Oh, my God. We are an intellectual, we're an analytical and intellectual takedown of a TV show. What about Daya rolling her eyes so far back that she could see her brain? I can't believe she didn't get dizzy. Just sitting there every single time that George has talked, just rolling her eyes there. It was like, go.
I've always funny when Lady C, she's like, congratulations, gorgeous. It's like, did you get her name wrong, or are you calling her gorgeous because she is gorgeous?
I think a bit of both.
And one thing is she may be gorgeous, but what she isn't is taking Daya's comments as a shady joke. Everyone else is laughing and she's just like stony face, like, I know you 100% mean that.
She can see it. She's got laser focus. But I think if you're not that confident, then like, I don't know, it's just there's something super, if you feel it, that you're like, you shouldn't have fucking won. Like, as soon as they get off the stage and you get backstage, is now not the time to like just like throw it in their face straight away. Give them like 2 minutes to enjoy their success, to enjoy their win before she was like, yeah, but you didn't deserve it. Your
Very
outfit was trash.
A couple of girls in here.
didn't deserve their win.
Exactly. I don't know. And I'd much rather look at George's perfectly refined glam than their mental. Like when I saw the close up of Daya's makeup, I was like, oh, that's ropey. We were coming for Maddie, but actually hers.
I mean, that was better than Maddie's rodeo clown.
I mean, sure, but it's still very basic. No dimension, no depth, no.
Well, last week I was like looking forward to seeing her kick off more, but then when I'm in it, I'm like, oh God, this is so boring. Like your attitude stinks, which is very appropriate for this episode. Trying to do a fart bit, it won't work.
I know it's a design challenge, but I just think that it's a really simplistic way to look at it. That there are so many more elements than just the final silhouette to any runway. And I know it is a design challenge, but it's like, wouldn't you just be like, well, do you know what? Like maybe they didn't like what I chose. It just going down that rabbit hole of just like spiraling and being like, but I don't like that outfit. I think mine's better. I did more work. Like all of that. It's just like, okay, like you've seen someone do this slippery slope before. Why does we as viewers have to watch this again?
It's just irrelevant. Like nothing matters apart from the decision RuPaul makes.
Exactly.
So,
and
like,
if you
move on
don't
with your
respect
life.
his opinion, don't go on his show.
Well, there you go.
Love Willow, always in his little distressed Yeezy meets Dennis the Menace boy drag. Every single
Oh,
thing.
are we a new day in the workroom now?
Just him popping up. I just thought every single time.
In the workroom.
Every single time we see him, he's in clothes with so many holes in. And I just kind of like his derelict look, you know?
Very
Postmodern, very...
early teen thousands.
very that.
Very
Very
that.
Ashley Simpson.
What are your thoughts on the apology from Daya to Georges? Do you believe that she genuinely loves her and cares about her as a friend after knowing her for a couple of weeks?
No, I think she sat with it and was like, wow, I'm going to look like a prick.
And do you know what? You even look like a prick doing your fake ass apology as well.
It's just... if you're the sort of person that would lose their shit and behave that badly and have your emotions that at the forefront when you come straight off stage, then you're probably not that in charge of your emotions, which means you're probably not going to be good at giving fake apologies.
I feel like
An actress, she ain't.
an actress. She's off the board for me now.
Really?
Yeah.
It's sad because I loved her runway so much.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't? Okay.
No.
Well, different strokes for different folks, honey.
Yeah.
Do you know any of these soaps? Because I want to watch all of them. I want to stop the clock. I want to take a day off work and I want to go through. I want to watch Dallas. I want to watch Gays of Our Lives. I want to watch all of them because all the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills gals, they're always in these. Always coming in and out of Young and the Restless and all
So you
of
do
this.
know them all then? I thought you would.
No, I've never seen any of them.
Oh,
I've never seen any of them, but they're like heritage programs. They've been on for like 40 years, haven't they?
I don't know. I didn't know that Young and the Restless and stuff was still on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to catch up.
But
on
is
that.
it like the American like Hollyoaks?
Yeah, basically.
Oh!
It's like Hollyoaks with old people in it.
But I thought it was more like a sitcom than like a.
There's not
like
a comedy.
soap.
No, they're like soap operas.
Oh, gross. Okay, I take it all back.
What did you think about Rue's suit today?
Again, it just washes over me now. I just think it is. I don't know who dresses. Do you think he dresses himself, or do you think he has a stylist?
He probably just has like a rack of those Klein thingy suits and just goes, today I'll wear this one.
I guess.
But I was not mad at green leopard print. I enjoy the neon jungle.
You do, don't you? Famously. I feel like Lady Camden is an English person written by American people because she gives this Downton dandy coquettishness when actually we're all more like Bagger, aren't we? She's like, every time she talks like she's like a fake character.
Well,
It's like-
we've established that we think she's more the Royal London Borough of Camden than Camden Town. So we don't let her do
but
what
it's
she
just
wants.
like it doesn't I have really done a full 180 on her,
Same.
and I really like her, but I just can't, like, it just doesn't seem real. It seems like every time, like an American person pretended to be English. And I just think, where did she grow up? I need more backstory on
get on her
the
wiki
big LC.
and have a look.
Yeah.
So Rue comes in and tells us that the Honeys today are going to be starring in the new drag race drama, The Daytona Wind, centred around the 3 family dynasties, the Davenports, the O'Haras and the Michaels. I thought the Michaels was a bit of a weird choice at the end. Is that because they're meant to be trash compared to the Davenports and the O'Haras?
What, like
Cameron
Michaels?
Well, I was thinking Morgan McMichaels.
Kenya Michaels.
Oh, she's a McMichaels.
So many Michaels.
Yeah. But I thought that was a
Davenport
weird one.
and O'Hara's are like obviously like legacy.
Yeah, like pageant families.
Part of the what's the thing that the on the t-shirt from Race Chaser?
Oh, so many. Dupree.
Yeah, love the name Dupree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you give a speech beforehand? Or would you just go ice cold and just cast it yourself? Would you be like, listen, ladies, I want you all to have the good parts that you want. I don't want anyone being upset. Would you do that? Or just be like, I think you should be this person. I think, like, because you have been given the role of it. I never know where I would sit with it, where I would be like, no, he said I could cast it, so I'm going to cast it.
That's so Georgie's she's the casting director.
Yeah.
I think, I'd be like, let the girls see what they want. But then at the end, if I didn't think that was right, I'd mix it up. I'd give them a chance to be like, tell me who you like. But if I think you two should switch, I'll switch you.
Yes or no, would you operate a casting couch?
Yes.
Brilliant. I'll be first on.
Okay, thank you.
I feel like it's nice to be like, oh, I'll listen to you and see like that's. But then I feel like then you open up again for later on. If you just cast it and be like, I went with what I thought you would be good at from what you've shown me in this competition, I feel like you open yourself up a lot less to people moaning and bitching and whining. Whereas if you're like fighting between it, people are always going to feel duped, like how Deja did. Be like, that's
there's always
the role
at least
I want.
one person who doesn't get the role they want, and that is just life.
Yeah. Whereas if you cast it, get over it.
Would you want a big role or a short, juicy one?
I would have wanted to be one of the sisters, the blonde girls.
Really? I thought they had like the weakest role.
Really? Well, you know why? It's because I just would want to work with Willow.
But what if you were Willow and you had to work with Daya?
True. Or I would like to do the Joan Collins role that came in at the end.
Yeah, I think I would prefer the Bosco or the Lady Camden roles.
But realistically, I wouldn't want to do any of them because when you see the final edit, I think, this ain't me, honey. Get me off this. Get me out of this scene.
Well, yes, I guess now's as good a time as any. As someone who finds farts gross and is not a fan of toilet humour, what did you think was going on with this episode?
First of all, obviously, justice for Rockham.
The doors Rockham has opened.
With her buttocks and anus.
Yeah, Michelle Visage should be ashamed for laughing the way she did this episode.
I think down in San Fran, Rockham...
He's tweeted about it.
Yeah, probably chained up, covered in 9 loads, was found shaking, foaming, seething. Like, I would be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, she was like, well, next time when I come for All Stars, I'm just going to take a shit on the stage and they can all eat it up.
There you go.
Literally and metaphysically.
Now, look, like, humour's humour. What people find funny. If you're on stage and you're making everyone laugh, then... I'd probably throw in a fart joke. I don't find it funny myself, but like, there's no like ranking humour is so shit. Like, if it makes people laugh, that's all that matters. Do you know what I mean?
I was asking you, as someone who doesn't like it. Were you like, this isn't funny?
No, of course not. I didn't like literally laugh once the whole time. And I thought what was so fucking bizarre about it is it took all of the power and narrative out of the whole scene because it was just like everything was bookmarked. If it happened twice, maybe. But because it was after every single thing, it was just a fart. It was like there was no continuity to the scene.
I thought as well, I guess we're talking about it now, like it would be, and if we hadn't seen the filming of it, it would be so hard to judge who did well because all the jokes, well, like 90% of the jokes were the farts.
Yeah.
And it wasn't to do with them like delivering a good punchline. Now, there were a couple of jokes that the girls made, but it was mostly in the edit. So it's like, how are you judging this? I guess that's why they didn't put anyone in the bottom, which makes me think we're having a double elim coming up soon.
I hope so. To throw that in, who would be your dream double elim? You got two, got to go.
Well, I can't say Jasmine now. She's a doll. Actually, no, she was one of my tops this week. If it was last week, I would have said Jasmine in the bottom. Jasmine and Daya, probably off the top of my head.
I'll go Daya Deja.
Daya Deja, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I mean, listen, farting's farting, whatever. But if it makes everyone laugh, if the room is shaking with laughter, cool. But just the literally lowest form of humour.
In your opinion?
IMO.
However, though, before we know about the farts, this is literally my dream. We've mentioned our 80s show a few times. In it, we had a dynasty section where I was literally Joan Crawford, and
Joan Crawford, not even Joan Collins.
Joan Collins,
I was
and we were
Mummy
lip syncing scenes, including the incest storyline that they copy.
Yeah.
So I 100% would have won this challenge.
100% would have had imagine the wigs that we would have pulled out.
And then I had a look at the script and remembered this, probably my favourite line of them all. No, you're jealous because Fallon's had her baby, and that's made you even more paranoid. Well, I didn't cause your accident, Crystal, just as I didn't cause your barrenness. So if you've quite finished...
And also a spotless rendition.
Thank you.
The main question on everyone's lips is, has Bosco thrown in a couple of clip-ins for this ep? Because her hair looked so luscious and long when she was in the workroom. I thought, I'd love to run my fingers through your hair.
Oh, I don't
Her hair
remember
was
seeing
so
it,
long. Like,
maybe she normally just has it in a simple half pony, so we're confused by the length in the confessional.
Maybe. Deja Skye goes so hard on them primary colour boy looks. She's like a Latin Timmy Mallet, like with the glasses and the beret and the big, like all of the bright colours. It's like, what's the styling prompt here?
It's like you're trying to tell us you're the pastel princess when you're in fact the primary princess, the primary pauper.
You know how I feel about like when older people dress like kids? It's very jarring for me. That sort
Says you in your mint green baggy tracksuit.
Listen, how am I just like a kid? I'm just like a sort of lovely pastel dream.
Pastel princess.
Well, true.
I didn't really understand. I tried to do a mini deep dive on the connection between a Reba song and Dynasty. And then I found out about Bosco's character was called Fancy, and there's a Reba song called Fancy.
Yeah.
Which, here's the synopsis. Fancy, looking back to the summer she was 18 years old, Fancy and her plain white trash family, living in poverty in a one-room rundown shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. It's like, that has got no connection to Dynasty.
No, it didn't make any sense, but I just really enjoyed the lip. It was hideous.
They've got to get her
Reba
on the show now.
I don't know anything about Reba McEntire, but I'm obsessed with her.
No, I know she's a country singer and has got a lipstick line for just lower lips only.
Yeah, a lip line.
And then we shimmy on down into the studio with Rue. It's quite funny watching it back now, knowing what we know from the edit, because how much he says, like, listen to the direction, take your time, longer pauses, break up the sentences. And now you know it's all just to make room for these farts.
Outrageous. It's nice that they did it with Rue, though, because, you know, people are like, I haven't had any, they haven't spoken to him at all. They haven't had got any feedback or and at least they're getting to Rue's getting to know them a bit. Maybe he might learn a couple of their names. I don't know. Recognise them, better pick them out of a lineup. Such a strange, weird melange of eras. Like, we had Deja in her victory roles in, she was serving you, 1950s, and then some people were 80s, but then some people were, then some of the girls, they looked a bit more like 90s. It was just like...
Yeah, the sisters didn't make no sense to me in concept or delivery.
No. And then, even the Reba thing, Bosco was, in 80s kind of drag, but also then in that weird little wig that wasn't 80s. It was just it didn't seem like a cohesive world at all.
No.
But Georgie giving Miami teen doll down. She was angelic.
She was great. And I just like to give her props as well. If people have noticed how many casual drag race phrases she's throwing in. Last week she gave us I was ready to do so. This week we get boogers, and can't wait to see how this turns out.
With a little box. Yeah.
A child of the show.
Yes or no, were you thrown off by Angie's homemade wig? A lot of curl, zero shape.
I actually wasn't. I was very worried for her, though. Obviously, they did do that on purpose. But I was thinking, not my Angie.
Not the Angie, but she's got to have a bad week. I was just looking at her, just the way that she does all of her face in matte. She never uses shimmer, highlight, shadows. It's so 90s supermodel and so I mean, it's obviously very pageanty and very South, but it's just so matte and gorgeous. But that wig, she definitely did it herself because it had it was just curls, and then it just had one completely unanchored, like weird, like fringe bang at the front, and it was like, ugh, that was a real.
I didn't notice. I thought Jasmine was a true breakout star of the show.
Star? Okay.
She was so funny. When she was saying, I'm about to burst, it was really giving me.
Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust.
I'm dying.
Lord have mercy. Oh my God, do you remember just how obsessed everyone became with Leslie Jordan in lockdown?
Yeah.
And
that's staying on the soundboard, by the way.
The voice of a generation.
Did you notice Willow's teeny tiny handbag?
Did I? Yeah, absolutely. And I saw a great meme about it. So I'm being like, I can't remember what they compared it to. But did I save it? No, I did not.
Yeah, I didn't really get why the Michaels family weren't Southern as well.
Yeah.
I was very confused by all that. Also, I had to, obviously, because I'm not a Schitt's Creek girl, I didn't know who Moira Rose was.
Yeah.
Did you think she was giving, like, oh my God, you're doing a cart, you're just doing someone else's character? Did you even think that? Would you if you even knew?
Yeah.
And did you know that?
But did I? Yeah, 100%. Like I did. It did sound like her voice. Like she was talking like this, which is just like, it's so recognisable. But also she, then thinking about it, she does kind of in IRL sound a bit like her anyway. And she was just doing like an interesting sort of intonation. I don't know. I just think that's such a fucking wet and useless critique to be like, you were copying them. And it's like, no, I wasn't.
And it was like, you're all in the top, so let's just come out with outrageous things to slander you.
Yeah. And it's just like as well, like if you say you're copying Moira Rose and then you're like, no, that actually wasn't what I was doing at all, then that's where the conversation ends.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell me I was copying someone if I was. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever. But should we head into Elimination Day?
I just was going to say that I thought Lady Camden was great. I'm glad I've grown as a person and I'm able to
look past it,
enjoy her.
I will still be calling her Lady C from now on because I'm not ready to make that connection. But I do really like. I just think she's like the sweetest little thing. Just so cute.
And also, last week I had the brainwave that they need to do the show Angie, Pangie, Shanji and Vanjie.
Yeah.
And I would go to that. And I would like 15% of all ticket sales, World of Wonder.
Fair. That seems fair. On Elimination Day, I just thought this dire self-sabotage narrative just seems a bit forced. It's almost like she's trying to get camera time by sort of like making this into maybe it was a much bigger thing and they were just like, we can't show any more of this. It's so fucking boring.
Who?
And just like
Deja.
Dyer.
Oh God.
Diabetical. When she like brings it up again when they're doing their makeup and she's like, are you angry?
Oh God, yeah. Georgia is patient as hell.
Yeah, it's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, you're going home. Like, well, she's not, but
yeah, if she was still talking to me about it the next day, still giving her insincere, like, but we're just friends, I love it. I'd be like, fuck, let's like move from me.
Like, yeah, please just let me do my makeup.
Were you impressed with Lady C's casual
I was so well. You're about to see a lyrical princess on Fuego soon in this lip sync, but I thought, oh, she a mover. Oh, she's got a lovely sort of Pinocchio style energy to her body.
Chaps on the runway. Are you excited?
A drag quintessential. Well, I thought this is going to be a real bone of contention because famously, LG, she don't think it's a drag quintessential because she's sick of it. She's had it up to the hilts with it.
I'm sick of shit chaps. I'm sick of the
that's what I was saying. Like, will they be shit chaps? Will Miss Lucrezia Goddard be fuming?
Do you have any background with the leather community?
You damn well know that I've got a pair of arseless chaps upstairs.
But do you just buy the merch or do you have a background in the leather community?
Are you asking if I've been fisted at the Eagle?
I'm
yes
asking
no?
if you're a part of the leather community, Barney, and I think I'm going to say no.
I would say I would dip my toe in the leather pond as sort of someone that uses leather as a psychosexual visual aid, but
he's trying to share me.
But do you know what it is? You know, I'm a hot bod. I'm too sweaty. I can't be a leather daddy. It is too hot. That's when you bring in the arseless chaps.
Well, you need a bit of breeze, don't you?
Yeah, you've got to.
I've got another query for you.
Hang on, can I just ask, are all chaps arseless?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So you're very proud of your arseless chaps.
Yeah. Query.
If you could invent a new gay subspecies, what would it be and why?
A new gay subspecies. It would be the sort of like the crafternoon fetish community.
No, I mean like an animal.
Oh, okay. So it would be like a mole rat. Like we're hairy, but we're also fat, and
Aren't mole rats bald?
And we don't. Are they?
I thought that was the whole
I
point
think
of
them
why
as
they're
having
so
a sort of
ugly.
like downy layer of fur.
I don't know. Hang on, I'll have to get a visual.
Okay,
of them
then maybe
all
we'd be sort of like a beanbag, but hairy, and that we just don't do much. And that would be obviously your representation.
Thank you.
What would you do?
Yeah, well, you can get. I typed in mole rat, and only naked mole rats come up.
Fantastic.
But that's literally what you want. It's like a sphinx
cute.
cat with a belly
Oh,
and bigger
yeah,
teeth.
okay.
What would I? What would
My most hated is dolphin, as you well know, which
Yes.
is bald, muscly men. And it's like the sort of, I can just imagine, like roided out men, their skin goes so tight and shiny that it's like, imagine them wet. Ugh, just like
know,
yapping
yeah.
at the circuit parties. It's not for me.
maybe like some kind of beetle? So they're just a bit old and rickety
Yeah.
and fragile.
Or like a praying mantis, which is like older gays with osteoporosis.
But the gay wrist.
Yeah.
Couple of handbags on your big arms.
Can we talk about they took time out of their gay day for the Folsom discourse? Oh my God. Can you believe? For those that don't know, Folsom is an annual fair where you have group sex and where you get... Yeah. Folsom is where you get group felched at 3 p.m. on the high street whilst tourists eat ice pops and film it. And to
That's
bring
what
up
you
our angel once
I
again.
wanna rock!
Famously, Rockham Sakura, 2 videos surfaced of Rockham. One, just casually getting a sloppy blozzer in the middle of Folsom. Just someone walking up and saying, "Hey, Rockham, that's some sweet hanging tackle there. Let me pop it in me gob."
He's so nooch about it as well. He's just kind
Yeah.
of talking to his friend.
Talking to his friend while someone just slobbers on his meat. And then another one is Rockham hanging out of a sort of a lovely 2 up, 2 down residence.
Lovely shutters.
Yeah, lovely shutters. She just bent over the thing while someone arse plows her.
And just like smiling and waving to the fans.
Waving at the fans. And they surfaced a while. Now, I haven't got personally from Rockham how they feel about that. So maybe it's surfacing sexual videos of her that she... But if you're at Folsom...
And also, if you're
Swanging the
smiling and
tats.
waving at the camera, methinks the lady not protest that much.
She's the original VHS princess. But Folsom, if you're in San Fran and you love the fetish community, Folsom, I mean, people died at Folsom.
I threw the first dildo at the Folsom riots.
Yeah, same. It's a fantastic place. Go down. And I love as well, this is why we love San Fran so much. Like, just imagine just like in the borough of Islington, they're like, so we're going to have about 4,000 adult men walking around on leads just for this weekend. So please all clean up after yourself.
Thank you.
Love it.
Leave no trace.
Most importantly, don't come for Jasmine Kennedy. Her reads are filth nasty. You cannot go against her.
What did she say?
I can't remember who she was, like, whoever she was like going back and forth at. She has got such a quick little mouth on her. And I thought, okay. Yeah. Because when I was impressed with her with Maddie last week, when like Maddie was like trying to give her all that carb, she was just like, she held herself so strongly, just like, you need to stop. Like,
Yeah.
you need to stop. This is embarrassing. Like, stop doing this. And then, it was Daya. When Daya was like giving, like, she was like, you're in the bottom. And she was like, then just going straight back at her, just being like, yeah, but like, they don't like anything you do. Well, damn. Should we take a little break, Luke's?
Let's do that.
Fab.
Have you ever wondered how supermodels seem to walk with their own natural breeze in their hair?
I have.
So effortlessly sexy and cool, and thought to yourself, can I achieve this level of glamour and beauty? Well now, thanks to the top scientists in our Truffle Pig lab, you can. Introducing our brand new patent-pending Windy Wigs. We've already farted into every layer of backcombing in advance so that you don't have to, providing you with your very own special effects team for that Hollywood supermodel look.
That's right. Head over to www.trufflepigs.co.uk for your own windy wig now.
Let me tell you something, you ugly bitch.
That's right. It is once again that time where ugly bitches tell themselves or each other something.
Go.
No, you go first. You haven't done one yet.
Okay. Dudley Zoo welcomed its first giant anteater pup last month. The keepers at Dudley Zoo say a giant anteater pup is the first of its kind to be born at the venue in its 85-year history. It's yet to be named, but it was healthy and alert, born to Lyra and Bubbles. It was a surprise. No one knew the girls was preggo. And just a side
Classic high
note,
school drama.
giant anteaters are native to South and Central America and can measure up to 2.1 meters. That's 7 feet long. Wow.
Absolutely incredible. Now my one's linguistic.
Hang on.
Let me tell you something, you ugly bitch.
Go.
So when one word has two meanings, it's always a noun and an adjective. And the way that you can tell is the way that you say it. So any word that you emphasize the first bit is a noun, and any word that you emphasize the second bit is the adjective. So
Dogfight.
contract. So a contract is a noun. Contract is an adjective. Record is a noun.
Whoa.
Record is always the adjective. Address, noun. Address is always the adjective, and that's how it always works.
That is crazy.
Isn't it?
That's like if you're having a problem with a percentage, they're opposite. So if you can't work out 27% of 50, you can work out 50% of 27, and there you go.
Exactly. Let's be real. I would die for T.S. Madison. Oop, Queen. I love her so much.
Loving the pony, loving the hair.
Weird little pony. I need to know who does her hair.
I thought Roulette Gorge.
Do you know that T.S. Madison is called T.S. Madison because when she was a porn star, that was her name? Like,
I do, because
TS.
we've seen the shots.
We have seen the shots, haven't we? Gorgeous
Yeah,
physique.
lovely. What would your soap opera be called?
Well, I'm very disappointed that they used the joke "gays of our lives" twice. It's like, that's not funny the first time.
It wasn't funny in 1985 when it was invented.
No. Like Quimusty.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Quim, isn't that lady come?
It is.
Or was you going to try and do a queer dynasty? Or was
No,
it Quim?
Quimusty.
Mine would be the stoned and the peckish.
Yeah, okay, love it. Very, very good. Most importantly, what would you do for chaps on the runway?
Chaps
What
on the
would you
runway.
do?
Oh, okay. I've got two ideas.
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously, the ultimate only chaps look is the red Mugler one with the corset and the hat and the arm cuffs.
Oh, Connie
So
girl.
I would really, 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 really want to do a version of that.
But Naomi Smalls has done it.
I would think that someone else would probably be doing that. So then I would think, bear with me,
I'm bearing.
a very sexy Kylie Sonique Love in short hair with her body,
Ideally.
giving you Tom of Finland, like androgynous
Finland?
cowboy with like a big bulge and like MB hotness.
Okay. I'm what you are selling, I am buying.
I was very gutted no one did real cowboys or cowgirls, so I guess everyone thought that everyone would do it.
Yeah, I find this very difficult because I wouldn't necessarily want to go down the route of like Southern American, just because that literally is what chaps are. But my first thought again.
Well, it's a riding tour. They have them in South America, where people ride horses.
My first thing is as well was. Oh my god!
Sorry.
My first thing was Connie Girl, the red thing as well. So
It's the only chap.
Yeah. It's the only. But what I think I would do is, in absolute celebration of our BBL queen Georges, I think what I would do is I would have like tiny upper body and then pad to like Deja's level, so that the chaps, like when I like turn, so you know like cowboys have like the funny walk, like just like have it so that my pads were like 45 times the size of my actual body, so that the chaps were just like so big, and that when you turned around it was just like such a gigantic butthole hanging out.
Fine, I'm sold.
Yeah. I mean, gigantic butthole, of course. This new runway song hits so much harder. It's very crazy, sexy, cool.
I don't like it. But what I did notice the first time when
Yeah.
I wasn't writing notes and then forgot to write it in my notes, they have new music now for the like tension and also for the like the music at the end. Basically, I'll write down next to it. There's like they've just like tweaked like the pitch of them and they've like slightly changed them.
I mean,
Keep an ear
we
out.
are about like how many seasons through? Like they should at some point. First up, we have Miss Willow Pill serving Atomic Wedgie.
10.
That vicious little snatch. 10.
Oh! Speaking of vicious little snatches, you see that picture of Bononica Malucci that I posted on Instagram?
No, vicious little snatch.
Oh, the tightest.
Oh, lovely.
But back to Willow, this was just insane. Like the cyber element. I just loved it. Just, yeah, like so sexy and cool, but then so stupid with the little hands.
It was very much giving me Simone, you know, the Simone that she wore to the finale with her little acrylics.
Nails.
Yeah. Oh, I just loved it. Obviously, this is a 10 straight off the thing. Again, every single time she takes a concept and then like subverts it, flips it, makes it fucking cooler, makes it stupid, makes it funny, something. It's never just a boring out and out look. Always something else. Absolutely love her. Next up, we have Bosco serving Blush Babe, which I thought, this is either you're going to be like, this is the most fucking gorgeous LG look ever, or you're going to be like, it's not enough.
I was like, fuck, this is very Lukey luck, if I say so myself. In my dreams, perfection, 10.
Wow.
40 inches, please, give it to me.
I put stunning, plain, but very LG, 9.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, good. I'm good.
There's some real highs and real lows.
Oh, my. You ain't got to tell me, honey. I was there.
Oh, here we go. Deja.
Serving Blue Leopard.
I've just written, nope. This is exactly the kind of chap that I hate. Body shape looks fantastic, but it's a 5.
Padding was voluptuous, but it just ain't for me. I gave it a 6. Next up, we have Ms. Kerry Colby serving 90 inches.
Love this. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Giving me Bird King. We need to put your picture of you in as the bird.
Yeah.
Duchess.
The bird duke.
Yeah, this was just like the way it moved was so sexy, and like it was giving me chaps. It was giving me like some whole new way, and then love them braids on her.
I loved how like the chaps weren't really a focus though.
Yeah.
Like at one point I was like, is she wearing chaps?
Gorgeous.
I don't know.
10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I gave it an 8. But maybe a 9 because I did fucking love the hair. Next up we have our little Princess Georges.
I've only got one hand, so I'm going to have to clap into my own hand. These are not chaps.
It was odd.
You have just not pulled your knickers up after an alfresco whiz.
Yeah.
But I've done it myself. I would wear the outfit. I enjoyed it. Sheila Kyo. I'll give her sevs.
I put odd, but I liked it. I thought it was fun. I liked the beat, and I don't
She's
pull my
gorge.
trousers up sometimes as
Definitely, I
well.
thought it was fun. I like the beat.
It's very, do you know what it reminded me so much of? You know, like when you've got a leotard on and tights on underneath, and you like pull the leotard up without fully pulling the tights up, and it's like the tights are still down by your knees.
Long gone.
Yeah. Next up we
Angie,
have
Angie, bitch.
serving Gold Dancer. What did you think?
You know how I said I wasn't going to mark her lower than a 7?
You've marked her a 6.
I'm breaking my silence. I had to give her a 6. I appreciate the idea of trying to like work to RuPaul, what you know RuPaul likes, and give you disco chat, but it weren't it for
Can I
me.
share?
I really don't like it, Kath.
Can I share a brave secret about Angeria Paris Van Michaels? I'm getting a bit tired of it.
Oh no.
I love her personality, but every single runway is so tired and so dated. Pageant, sure. Like, love it. I love the pageant. Think about like Jada. Jada serves pageants so much, but if you're not going to be able to flip it on its head and serve
Chaps.
something modern, something like, even if she served vintage, I know she did that very cute Raja-esque like sort of 50s pinup thing. Even if there was more, she's, for me personally, on the runway now, she's like leaning into pageant style with no sort of like detour from it, and it's like pageant style is very one note,
And also like it's kind of like she's keeping elements of the pageant style, like the giant shoulder piece and stuff, but not with the level of like finesse that a pageant outfit would have, just like a sort of the tacky gold sequin thing.
It just all feels very dated. It all feels very Kennedy Davenport first time round.
Yeah, it's a bit seasons 2
Yeah.
through 4.
And I don't want that for her because I really want her to win. But
Oh, I don't.
Angie,
No.
are you Bosco?
I'm Willow.
Oh, what am I talking about?
Willow
No.
for a win.
I would like her in the final, but I don't want Willow, obviously, for the win. Tied and dated, I gave it 5. Sorry, girlie. Jasmine Kennedy, who I saw an amazing meme that I'll put up that's like the original Jasmine Kennedy, and it's that photo of Jasmine Masters and Kennedy Davenport in that purple outfit when they were the conjoined twins. Serving Graduation Girl. I just put, this is terrible.
Firstly, I just put no in capitals. But when I watched it the second time, I thought,
It's dumb.
it's so stupid.
Yeah.
And that makes me warm to it. That makes me soften on it. It's not a fashion moment, but
It
it's
was not
there.
a fashion shower. I gave it 6.
I gave it 6.
Okay. Now, next up, we have Lady Camden serving the presentation. We're going to need to thank Kylie Sonique Love for opening doors yet again.
every
You may
time.
fall over, but it will be the moment.
They got me, gal.
I completely fell for it.
I love that the judges did their faux panic. Oh my God, is she okay? Oh my God, get a medic.
Well, she was down there a very long time, so what are you doing, girlie?
Most importantly, rock and roll sexual beast doing fan kicks. I love you! I can't believe she had the audacity to say rock and roll sexual beast and then was given that presentation.
I'm going to judge her runway from pre-fall when she looked like a lady.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I gave it 7.
I would say that it was a visual representation of Lady and then the Camden.
And the tramp.
Wow. I gave it an 8. I loved it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And also, question, did she have a short boy wig on?
I think she had coloured her own
Sprayed her
hair.
Yeah. But that's very problematic because you have to, at the end of the day, go in and do your talking head at the end of every day, and she's got ginger hair in it, and you're not allowed to change anything for continuity, so she can't have dyed her hair.
Maybe just put like a wash in,
Maybe. Next up, we have Diabetical serving businesswoman special.
Giving Dick Trace he.
I can't believe you didn't like this. I thought the tailing on it was... Tailoring was heaven on her.
I would have liked the look if it was like, say, like pants on the runway and it was just like a wide leg trouser, but the combination of the like sort of Dick Tracy and bringing the chap element into it, I didn't like the combo.
She didn't like it.
I'm picky Nicky when it comes to the chaps.
True.
I gave it 6.
6? Wow, I gave it 9. I really liked it. I thought the way that it was tailored on her body. Look, she's a Boxy Mandrews.
Maybe I just don't like the girl.
I don't think you do. It's that energy, isn't it? The way that it was tailored, so that it had like the double layer, so that it had like the big wide shoulder, because obviously if you've got big man shoulders like she does, you just got to work with them. But then it cut down into the waist and then it had the chaps. I just thought it was all quite elegantly done. The only thing I will say is I wasn't really here for the Adore Delano season 5 weird sort of black lob. And then, I'm sure I've brought this up on the pod before, but... A milliner is a job. There is out people. Shout out to our good friend Lara Jensen. Hats, you cannot just put a bit of cardboard on your head with
I didn't hear you saying the same to Kerry Colby.
Would you? No, but hers was a hat at least. His Dyer's was a bit of cardboard just covered in material, and I just thought it really made the outfit look cheap. Whereas why not, even if you just want to make it out of cardboard and just make like the actual top of the hat,
like 2D.
But just like having a hole out of it is just like I don't know, it's just a bit tucky to me. But I did give it a 9.
Well, there we go.
Yeah. Should we talk singer and minger?
Hang on, I've got a surprise for you.
Please. Is it a 90-incher?
Maybe.
Does it brighten up your world? Is it a zinger? Does it make you want to hurt? Is it me? Zingers and mingers.
What?
Let me tell you, I was
The
pissing myself
fuck?
making that yesterday.
How did you make it?
I used some royalty-free music for the funk backing track. I used a robot voice. That's actually the voice of an American young boy to say the words, and then I added some sound effects.
Give yourself a round of applause. That is, you had it as her first producing endeavour. Lukey Goddard giving you the singer and the minger.
Maybe you
That's
surprised
fantastic.
me with a rose and thorn sting.
Okay.
So my zinger was a 3-way tie
Okay.
between George's Updo, Willow's Madness, and Bosco's Long Long Human.
Bosco's Long Human, really. Mine was a 2-way tie between Willow's, which I just thought it was absolutely fucking fantastic.
But really it is just bunches.
And Kerry's 90-incher. But it was like the whole hair system of it. Just loved it so much. The minger.
Angie's.
In a flat Stanley.
Yeah.
You cannot throw a boil in the bag wig on and just be like, yeah, it's giving Cher. It still was just a flat wig. And she's got such a tiny little head.
I didn't actually mind it on her because I think if you've got long hair, it can just be flat and look nice. But just
same.
For everyone else's, it was just the most
Same, but it wasn't like, and I hate to bring this idea that it needs to be human or whatever, but like synthetic hair moves in such a different way, and it also I don't know, it looked like a boil in the bag wig. Do you know what I mean? Rather than like, obviously like Bosco's was just a flat wig. I don't know. I didn't want it for. I want to see her thrive and bloom every single episode. And also, honorary mention to Jasmine Kennedy's weird wide yellow thing. Again, it was a bit like, in her, it was like, I hope she styles her own wig, and I'm not coming for a stylist, but in the Dynasty thing, in the Daytona Wind thing, she again had that was very like, it wasn't the right shape, was it? It had just been like really teased out.
It was very wide and seemed to start very far back.
Yeah, and it was like the yellow one again was like that. It was just like very wide, and it was like they just teased to the side and not up. Weird. But maybe because she's already tall, she doesn't like tall wigs, but I get it. Should we talk about Daytona Wind?
I guess so. At the beginning, I thought lovely to see the portraits of Raja and Eureka in the mansion, but no Fifi. And that's all we'll say on the whole thing.
Well, I mean,
I basically said everything I was going to say about it already.
Can I tell you what I was obsessed with? The Gaussian blur on the lens, that sort of like taking the saturation down, and that lovely dreamy. It's heaven on the girls.
Yeah.
I'd love it. I'd love a little clip of me like that. Look, as a lifelong gas skeptic, I just literally switched off for this whole thing.
I was laughing. I've got to say.
Of course you were.
Not at everyone, but some of them were very funny.
For someone that loves farting so much, and
I don't love farting. How dare you?
It makes you laugh.
Not every time.
Oh, but you love a fart joke.
Sometimes I wouldn't say like
into a fart.
I wouldn't say like it's part. I think it's funny, but I would say
rep.
it's not part of my like top guys. Just
okay.
making sure because I know you love farts and fart jokes.
No, I'm just saying like because you do find it funny and because you don't ever fart.
No, I don't. I'm a burper.
I was going to say I feel like you should, if you like it so much, do it. Do one now. So let's move into the critiques. So happy that Rue gave her that little spoonful of sugar.
Who?
Willow Pill, after Michelle gave her useless critique of, sorry, actually you copied her, and she's like, no, I didn't. And then Rue was like, I don't care what this woman says on the end because I think you are the greatest thing that's ever been on Drag Race. And it's like, thank you.
So Deja, Kerry and Angeria were the safety gals.
Yeah.
And so they meant Georges, Willow, Lady C, Jasmine and Daya and Bosco were all tops. I
was praying for a Willow Bosco lip sync.
I didn't think that the sisters deserved a place in the top. I don't think they did enough. I didn't understand why Daya was in the top at all. I thought it should have been like the three tops to me was Lady C, Jasmine and Bosco. I thought that was obvious.
Yeah. I just thought it was all... I mean, I check out a bit when this happens, when there's no bottoms and there's only tops and the tops are weird. And it was just like, I don't know I don't understand what's going on and what the bureaucracy of this is. Like, I just like it to be a clean cut competition where it's like, you're the tops, you're the bottoms, and it feels fair. Whereas this just all feels a bit odd.
And it all just feels like they're gearing up to something. A shock double elimination, but you've already given us a double save. So.
Should we talk about the lip sync?
I guess so. One Way or Another by Blondie.
Absolute banger.
I've got some things to say.
Then say them.
Well,
it's an open forum.
I love Lady C starting with the lovely split stage knee slide.
The pirouette into fan kick opener.
But if I'm going to nitpick,
go on,
which I have to by the laws set by this here Cliffhangers podcast, I don't like it when people repeat a move all the time. And she was doing a lot of right leg kicks, as I'm now hearing our fan kicks.
She was, but she's been backstage stretching. She wants to show off that mobility.
But do it with the other leg as well then. Or just
no, most dancers are one-legged queens.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's just, you could tell that that's just like her move she does all the time, and she was just kind of relying on it a bit. And I felt that she was reading man rather than woman. However,
she was dressed up as Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, but
she had a packer in. That's probably her dick, actually.
But I loved her creepy little like coming to get you. That's 100% how I would be doing
100%. I want the creepy little child catcher lip sync, not the Mugler woman.
Yeah.
Like Daya was giving you strong, powerful, like runway bitch. And I was like, no, this is Blondie. Like I was instantly just like, Lady Camden's got this because she was giving you weird, creepy little fingers. And
she was like, this is my song, bitch.
Yeah,
like,
isn't it?
I'd love to have, imagine how that good that feels like. I know this song inside out. Yeah. Like I don't even need to listen to it.
I would feel like that with Blondie. I want and I loved her come get your lollipops energy. I actually really liked it. I just love how fucking lyrical and camp Lady Camden was being. It was like so weird.
I didn't really notice Daya at all. I'm not sure if that was the camera editing or just because I preferred to watch Lady, but like I could see she was
Lady,
there.
is that what we're calling her now?
Lady, yeah.
The Lady.
I realise there's another person that lady reminds me of.
Who?
So adding to the list of Lauren Harries, Malcolm McLaren and Percy Weasley, I've got a visual for you. It's Glenn from Nighty Night on his wedding day. When he's got the little ribbon round his neck.
Bow. Oh my god.
And the curly hair.
He's just so pure and sweet. I love him.
Glenn.
Well, we need to remember photo up on the.
I've put it in
exact...
red on my notes.
Yeah.
Remember.
So pure and sweet. I just love him.
Tune in to Cliffhangers to find out, will there be more lookalikes for the lady?
Yeah, truly. I guess we'll talk Rose and Thorn, and then maybe
Give
next
us
week.
a little off-the-cuff jingle.
Oh, it's a rose on your thorn. Rose on your thorn. Or the thorn. Rose, thorn. What was your rose?
I really enjoyed this episode. Both the challenge and the runway were like made for Luke's. So I thought it was a great episode.
Classic LG energy. My rose was that at this point, Kerry Colby is so magnetic and enigmatic and fantastic that people were just looking at her and being like, I wish I was trans.
Yeah.
And everyone's turning trans. And I think maybe by the end, maybe they're all dolls.
Maybe we're all dolls.
Maybe Rue is going to be like,
Yeah.
do you know what, actually, like, this is, if I could be anything like you, okay, get me on the moans. And yeah, absolutely loved it. Let's talk Thorn.
I thought Jazzo was robbed from top 2.
Tell him.
I did.
Troll him.
Yeah,
You get
all
on
right.
that Insta. No, we do not condone any trolling, apart from if you want to troll us, because that literally, when someone leaves a sassy comment on one of our videos, the studio explodes. We love it. You got all of us all working on the perfect retort. So if you want to troll us, please dive in our inbox or under our videos. That'd be great. My thorn was, as I pull up my phone.
Thorn in my side.
Oh, I mean, obviously you can guess what my thorn is. Fart jokes.
Sure.
I don't think. I was literally like, just when I saw it, I was like, what a fucking waste of our time to have to sit through 20 minutes of them recording that and then they ruin it like this. So, okay, whatever. Literally like 14-year-olds are doing the editing, but sure.
Next week,
go on, tell us.
we have the Retro Girl Band. Very exciting. Be into this sort of shit.
Very exciting. And I thought, actually, this would be my dream. Like, I'd much rather be giving you like a Supremes girl band rather than like, I want to break up.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Literally. But very, very exciting. Love to see it.
Okay, let me give you the 411 on what happened in Untucked.
Oh, please.
So basically, the only bit of any substance was George asked if anyone's ever felt like transitioning. Bosco first says that, at this point, they were happy being non-binary, but they felt like they wanted to push the lever a bit further. And now we know that they have. And then Jasmine broke down and told us that just before finding out she was coming into Drag Race, she was just about to start on hormones. So then she stopped and she was quite sort of still stressed and worried about everything. And then literally, like, after meeting Kerry, she's just like, yes, like, this, like, you are an icon. This is not even like an, oh my God, icon, but just like literally like an icon,
Yeah,
like
literally.
a religious icon. Like,
Yeah.
you've made me feel like I know for sure now.
She's
and then
the
Kerry was
Guadalupe.
just like saying such
What is
wonderful
it?
words.
The Mary Guadalupe. What is it called? They have the candles.
Guadalupe.
The Guadalupe. What does that mean?
I think that's
Of
just
Guadalupe.
her name. Oh, I guess so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then Kerry was just being really supportive and stuff, and it was just a lovely moment, really.
Oh, just have to see the girls come together. And that is I don't know what the ratings come from, but I saw a meme that was like, that's the highest rated Untucked ever.
Really?
Yeah. That people loved so much that got the highest ratings.
I was trying to think how I guess people would be like, oh my God, Untucked is really good this week. So people that wouldn't really normally watch it would watch it.
Maybe.
Shall we? I'll do a very, very quick rundown of UK versus the world.
I mean, sure, I haven't seen it, but...
I mean, we watched it together in the studio. So
What?
maybe this will refresh your memory.
What episode is it? I said that last week as well. I was like, I haven't seen it. And then...
The main challenge this week was West End Wendy's. The girlies played versions of musical characters. The top two was Pangina playing a very old Annie and Janie doing Meryl Streep in, I've written, Mamma Mia. Jimbo doing Toto and Juju doing Cabaret were in the bottom. Oh, you can tell them about Cabaret in a second. Pangina won. My phone's all corrected get to Penguins won and sent Jimbo packing, and I actually screamed. I was so glad to see the end of Jimbo. So that was that, really.
Love Panji though.
Love Panji. She was fucking hilarious. She was like playing like a sort of 90-year-old Annie, like missing teeth. Like, she was great.
I don't want to bring in any negativity onto the pod, but I am a lifelong drag fan. We do drag wigs, we do drag, we run a drag podcast, but I find it hard to enjoy it.
Where is the drag?
Yeah, it just seems mental. The UK versus the world, but we move, I guess.
And you've got to mention that you saw Cabaret this week.
Oh my God, Cabaret down at the Playhouse Theatre. It has recently been made into the Kit Kat Club, starring our angels, Jessie Buckley, Eddie Redmayne, who's absolutely fucking fantastic. Yeah, shout out to Jessie, love you. And Theo Maddox, who really steals the show, just being the graceful beauty that she is. But yeah, it's one of the best things I've ever seen, and I would say you should go down and see it, but actually it's completely sold out. You can see the new cast, but it won't have Jessie or Eddie Redmayne in, but it's absolutely incredible.
Are they getting another celebrity man to replace Ed's? Reds.
I don't know. I mean, there's what would usually happen is because it's been extended, and what would usually happen is that they might like try out who their cover is, maybe.
So you get, like, if you're what's it called, understudy, you might get a chance to be.
You might do. It depends how good they think you are. Because I doubt they can afford to pay for like 2 A-list Hollywood people to go in it again. That'd be crazy. But just so you know, tickets start £250. So if you do want to go, just remortgage your house.
You better get saving.
Great episode of the pod. It's been great.
If we say so ourselves.
Yeah, great episode of the pod.
I thought it was fun. I like the beat.
We'll see you next week, I guess.
Please like and subscribe and follow and love at Truffle Pig Wigs on Instagram. Thank you.
Bye.